Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be the kitchen reveal and I'm going to do a tour as well and show you in all my cupboards. So if you're interested to see what I've done, then just continue.
That's what I like about you. So dangerous. I get this rush.
So hi guys, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Juliette and I normally do 3 videos a week on all sorts, but lately all it has been is kitchen because that's all I've been doing. So thank you so much for sticking by me. And today you can finally be rest assured that this is the final installment of the kitchen. And hopefully, I really hope you enjoy it and enjoy seeing what we've done. I'm going to talk through how much everything has cost because I know a lot of people are really interested in a brand new kitchen on a lower budget, and then I'm also going to go through all the cupboards and show you what's in them. If you do want another kitchen organisation tour, I will do like more in depth into that if you're interested. I also want to say thank you so much for your support, and if you do want to subscribe and stick around, there is a little subscribe button down there in red somewhere. It would really mean the world to me for you to click that and stick around. But for now, let's just get straight into my kitchen, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. This is it. This is the new kitchen, and it is pretty much done apart from a little bit of beading that's got to go on there, and that is it. Yeah, I cannot believe that we've done it. I just can't believe it. I really can't. I absolutely love it. I'm so in love with it. I'm going to start taking you around and talking you through everything and where we got things from. And yeah, let's go straight into it. Okay guys, welcome to the kitchen tour, which I know so many of you have been waiting for, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So what I thought I would do is I'm just going to go around the kitchen and show you everything. So let's start with here. So here is a fridge freezer that we decided to have built in. It's actually really good because at the top there's a little compartment up there that you can put other things in, which I keep the kids' snacks away, and also fit those trays in perfectly up there. And then right up the top, if you can see from there, is the wine rack that I bought from ROOV, which I'll leave linked below. And we cannot believe that it fit in there so well. Matt is basically telling people that he custom built it because it fits that perfectly. So we're just going to put like red wine in there, I think, to keep that in the kitchen. So moving around to the corner now. So these shelves were the bane of my life because they were so difficult to do. But we decided that we really wanted open shelving, and also it's really difficult to kind of find the compromise between it being really cluttered but also being really useful. And I wanted to do two things. So one was to have floating shelves as best as we could, but because they are real wood, it is really heavy. We've actually decided that we've got battens running underneath that are masonry drilled into the wall, so they are really sturdy and strong. But also the second thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to utilize these day in, day out, because the biggest problem with shelves is dust. So I wanted to put things on here that I knew would be used all the time. So on the first shelf, what we do have is I have a little plant again that I bought from ROOV, and then these are our bowls, plates and plaster bowls that I actually got from IKEA. I have an IKEA haul coming. I'm hoping to do that as the next video, if I haven't already uploaded it. But these were just, I loved them as soon as I saw them. I actually saw them on the mummy vlogger, Siobhan, she bought them, and I just really fell in love with them. I think they are just a perfect vintage yet plain and timeless. I got those. Moving around is my balti dishes. We use these every single weekend for a curry night, so that is there. Then moving round, I've also got this little butter dish that I got from ROOV again, and then a little heart toast rack behind it, which is from Poundland, and then I've got my toaster next to it. Now, you might think it's a bit odd having the toaster on the shelf, but I really wanted to try and utilise as much kitchen space as possible, and we don't use the toaster every single day, but instead of getting it in and out of the cupboard, it's just really nice on the shelf there, so I can bring it down, plug it in, Bob's your uncle, and I've got it there. So moving up to the next shelf, it's cereal. Again, these containers were from IKEA. I've got our protein powder, which Matt uses every single day. That is next to the cereal. And I then got these tubes with the bamboo lids from Poundland. And I've got my rice cakes in one and my meringues in the other. And they fit perfectly. I couldn't believe. One thing you will notice with this kitchen as we're going round, I don't know whether it was just because I've spent so much time thinking about it and planning it, but everything fit like a dream. I couldn't believe my luck with a few bits in here, especially the pan drawer. Wait till we get to that bit. So yeah, so I've got those there. Also my scales in the corner, I really wanted to put them on display because I love the scales. and then I've got some flour there and pasta. Now I have got some labels for them, which I'll show you in a minute, because I have printed labels and made labels for everything in the kitchen, but I'm still kind of unsure. The flour might not stay up there. We are building a second larder cupboard, so I'm thinking that I might put those jars into like a little area where it's just like a baking stuff, maybe even the cupboard under the stairs, which isn't complete yet, so potentially there. And then at the end we've got just some Delia Smith cookery books. I always use Delia Smith cooking books. I just love her. I have, because my mom always used to use them, and when I took the covers off they were this pretty white colour, so they went with the kitchen perfectly. Round to the cooker area. So if you've been following my journey, you will know that my range cooker broke, so I picked this up from Enquiries. It was a really amazing price. I think we paid £750 with it installed, something around that. And then what Matt did was he got these leftover pieces of the worktop and he cut them to size and jigsawed the ends. And so now when I use the cooker, we can lift up one at a time and they stand up behind the cooker like so, and you can cook and then bring them back down. I do tend to move them entirely if we are doing a lot of cooking, because on the second use I did burn that one right at the bottom. It's very easy to burn real wood, may I add. So yeah, we decided that now if I utilise a lot of burners, I'll just take them off. And this little tray was from Aldi. I think it was about £5. I don't know whether you want me to go through all of my cupboards, I'm not quite sure. But my microwave was from DUNELM and I absolutely love this microwave. Funny story, this is actually the third one, because two of them didn't work and I don't know why, but they didn't. But this one works beautifully fine. Now in this cupboard we've got all like my drinks and stuff, and at the back I've got a plug socket in there, which is also for the fridge, but also it can be utilised if I need a socket. And then in the corner, these are some of my favourite things, and they are these Lazy Susans. So I actually got these from IKEA, but I just think they are amazing. They fit in corner cupboards so well, and it really helps with my organisation. I'm actually going to do a video, if you wanted me to, all on kitchen organisation, because I researched so many different things while I've been doing this kitchen and tried to find the best and cheapest things. So we'll get to price in a minute, but yeah, I will do a video on that if you want. I have my little utensil set there. This is from Amazon. I thought it was so beautiful, and when I bought it, it was so reasonably priced. I think it was about £20 or £25 for everything in there as well, and it came in this little pot. We have actually got a rail to go on here to put all the utensils on, but I'm just still not 100% sure whether we're doing that yet, but it's working well so far. So in these little cupboards either side of the cooker, Matt made these, and this one has like my salt, pepper and oil in, and then this one over here is not complete yet, but it is going to have all my spices in, and it is amazing. I'm so proud of it, because these little jars that I bought again from ROOV, there was 12 I think for about £11, and 2 fit perfectly per shelf, apart from the top shelf where I have my garlic. Now these are the labels that I have made up, and I've just put the garlic one on here. This is actually just the actual container. I've just peeled the sticker off and put this one back on, and I just thought I can just refill it, because then at least it's got all the information on the back. And then these are the stickers that I've made, but I'm going to use these on my spices, but I'm not sure where else I'm going to use them yet. One of the things that I really wanted in this kitchen, and a lot of kitchen designers were a bit like, really? Do you want those? That was, I wanted more drawers than cupboard space. I just feel personally for me that I work better with drawers than with cupboards. I tend to organise them better, and I just find them really useful. So the first set of drawers I'm going to show you is this set of drawers down here. This one is, first of all, my greaseproof paper, cling film, and tin foil and sandwich bags. I also have some cooker liners under there. Then my second drawer down here, honestly guys, when I realised these fit, I was blown away. And it is these little jars that I got from IKEA. They are just the smallest Kilner jars they do. I think they're about £1. And in these again, I'm going to need stickers for to know what's in them. But they are gravy granules, corn flour, salt, cocoa powder, and I've got a spare one at the back, and then I've got my stock cubes and the little wooden spoon that I use for my salt in the front. This was just £1 from B&M, but I really love how these fit in here. I just find it really easy to grab when I'm cooking. So this is basically powders and salts and sauces and powders and stuff for when I'm cooking in there. Then I do have a spare one, I believe. I still have a spare drawer here. And then this drawer, guys, honestly, I still cannot believe how well everything fit. And when I put my pans in here and realised how well they fitted, I honestly nearly had a heart attack because I just couldn't believe how perfect it fit. Okay, so moving round to this side of the kitchen. Now again, down on the bottom, it is almost identical to the other side over there. You've seen this cupboard, and then these again are drawers. I've utilised these for knives, so I actually got this Joseph & Joseph knife block, which I really loved. I wanted to put my knives inside a drawer because I used to have them on the side, and let me tell you, it freaked me out. So I've got my knives, some scissors and a knife sharpener in that drawer. Moving down, I have all my utensils. This is probably the messiest drawer in the kitchen, but it has to be done. Then down here, I have again mirrored like the other side, but this one is all drinks. So in this little pot that I got from Poundland, I have all like my vitamin drinks, all my vitamin tablets. Is that empty? Oh, this was still, this one is hot chocolate, but the kids have just finished it off. So hot chocolate in that one. Peppermint tea, marshmallows, sweetener, brown sugar, and proper coffee, like filter coffee. And then I've just got some sweeteners and some like flavour drops in the back. And then in the bottom drawer, again, I could not believe it fit, but it is a deep pan saucepan, like a wok, and my colander and a sieve, and they fit perfectly in there as well. So moving around to the corner, this one isn't actually complete. This is the one that I'm still really unsure on. So at the moment I have like my eggs and egg plates and stuff on the bottom, and also things like my slow cooker, my soup maker and my air fryer, but I might move those. They are just kind of sitting there at the moment. And then in the top I have leftover, so everything to fill like my tea, coffee, sugar. I have a biscuit one, which the kids have clearly raided already. And then in the back I have bottles and lunch boxes and things like that. This one is kind of still a work in progress. I'm not fully happy with this cupboard yet, but we are getting there. Moving up, shall we move up? So again, I have my beautiful kettle, which I love. It matches the microwave and toaster, which I got from DUNELM. And then I've got a little bread bin. I wasn't going to have a bread bin in the kitchen, but it's actually coming really useful. So I think it's from Asda, that. And then I just have that little tray for everything for washing up and stuff, which is IKEA. Moving up to probably my favourite cupboards in the kitchen. I love this cupboard. So I have in the bottom my tea, coffee, sugar. These again are from IKEA. They are the 365 range. Then glasses, again IKEA, and I have my Wedgwood white teapot up there, which I actually use all the time. So I wanted something pretty, and again that I use a lot. So that's that, and also a plant again from ROOV. They were in a set. I will leave them linked below. You are very dark, so let me move you around a little bit. And then in this cupboard over here, I have all my cups and biscuits. And then this here is a set that I bought from Aldi, which is like a bamboo set. So it's the plates, cups, bowls, and I also have some extra recyclable straws in the back. I use that every time we have a barbecue. So again, it's pretty, it looks nice in the glass cupboards, but it's also something that I use. And that is the biggest key, I think, with having display cupboards. You've got to put things in there that you use, because otherwise they're just going to build up dust on the glass shelves. So at least then every time you use them, you can clean it out and then put everything back. And then on the top set, I've got a nice little glass cake stand and this teacup set that I actually bought from a charity shop, which I love. And I've got the coffee pot to match, which I will get round to in a minute. Sink area. This is probably, let me back you up a bit. This is my favourite. I keep saying that. I do love everything in this kitchen. But just to quickly show you, this is a double Belfast sink. And then this is the drainer that goes with it. I will leave them linked below. That is actually our old tap. And then this is the best little hack I have found. This is actually a plate holder. So I bought this originally to go on the floating shelves to have our plates in. And I really loved how our plates just sat anyway. So I thought, what on earth can I do with this? And oh my gosh, it's amazing. It concertinas up really small, but then it opens out. And I thought, you know what? It holds plates. So what about a dish dryer? Genuinely, guys, that thing there is amazing. It works so well. I can highly recommend it. Moving down, I have these little gaps that I said. I've got my tea towel kept in one side and my oven mitts in the other. And then this is my kind of cleaning cupboard slash bin, but everything that I use very regularly. So I've actually kept a lot of my cleaning stuff out in the utility room, but in here I have still kept things like my cleaning fluids and extra sponges. And then this is the bin. So we decided we wanted a smaller bin in the kitchen. I've removed half of the lid so that it's a bit more accessible to like scrape plates into. This was from IKEA. The whole thing was, you can buy different storage systems to put inside it. You can buy small bins, big bins, even smaller bins. I thought this was amazing. I think it worked out about £29 for the mechanism and the bin and the lid. So one of my great things in there. And around the back of it is a perfect space for your bin liners. So that is just incredible. So moving on to this side of the kitchen now. So round here is our breakfast bar area, and so I wanted to make these drawers more like cutlery. So in here I have our cutlery, again using this Joseph & Joseph organiser. I thought it was a great idea for a space saver. Moving down in here, this is my junk drawer. And it's actually really well organised, as you can see. I've got these drawers, little trays. These are from Aldi, and then these little jars are also from ROOV. I really like how everything's just really split up and everything's got a place. And one of the main tips that I will give anybody is, if everything has got a place, it is less likely to get cluttered or messy. So that is just one thing I wanted to do in this kitchen. I wanted to make sure everything had a home. This drawer is now my tea towels. I got these from Aldi. I just really wanted to have all my tea towels the same, and then I wanted just some really pretty tea towels just to pop in there on the side, and they were from Enquiries. You'll find a lot of lemons going around the kitchen because that's like my theme, white wood and lemon trees. I'll show you why in a minute. And then this bottom drawer is actually still empty. So even after everything has gone in, I still have loads of space. Down to the breakfast bar, then this area. This is where I decided to put all my kind of Tupperware, baking. I've got my glass Tupperwares down the bottom, and I wanted to do it like this because I just think it works best. Another really good tip that I've got for you guys is, when you start putting back things back into your kitchen, don't just put everything back in. I've found what has worked really well for me is to put things in as I've used them. And so I know that I definitely want it for a start because I need it. Second of all, I'm putting it in places that is more accessible or that I know will use it. So I know that I prepare a lot of food on this breakfast bar, so I've put everything like Tupperware underneath it. Same as I know that I use a lot of the drink stuff by the kettle and a lot of the cooking stuff by the cooker. So I've just kind of tried to put everything by where it is used. And then also it's a great way of decluttering as well, because if you only move things back into your kitchen that you use, then everything left over, you know, you don't really use that, apart from like cake tins, which you might use once in a blue moon. But even things like that I've purged, because I find nowadays, unless I'm baking something with the children, it is cheaper for me to buy a birthday cake. And so that is another really good tip. Like next time you think about, do I really need this? Think, okay, say it's a cake tin, and next week is your children's birthday. Are you going to bake a cake, or are you going to buy one? If the answer is you're going to buy one, just get rid of the cake tin, because if you're holding on to it for that one time, and then if that time's come in and you're not going to use it, then clearly you don't need the cake tin. That's kind of a little tip. I'm really trying to learn here, so I'm hoping this is helping. These tubs are actually from DUNELM. These see-through ones, they were £3 each. I bought quite a few of these in the kitchen. You'll see them dotted about, but I just feel like they're just amazing and they fit perfectly. So yeah, so that is that cupboard there. And then finally, let's go over to the shelves. Also quickly, on the windowsill there, it's difficult to point in the camera, this little bamboo holder. This again is in my IKEA haul. I bought this and I love this because one thing I love to do when I'm washing up is watch YouTube, watch my iPad, and then because it's in here, we decided not to have a telly in this room, only because the telly is literally next door and the kids will just try and watch it if it's in here, whereas if I have it in here, I've got mine to watch. Also really good if you're cooking and you want to look up recipes. I just think it's a really good idea to have one in the kitchen. I think it was about £8, but like I say, that haul is coming soon. These shelves were kind of an afterthought. We did the kitchen and we were like, that space really needs something. But again, I didn't want it just to be pointless. So the top shelf up here is very much for decoration. So this lemon tree right here is the one that gave me inspiration for the whole kitchen. It was from Tesco, but there's actually quite a few of them around now. I know that Primark do one. I've seen them in the range. I think B&M do them as well. But yeah, I picked that up from Tesco, and those little serving boards next to it are from Home Bargains. And then this is that little coffee set that I told you about, that I've got the cups and saucers in the cupboard that I had from a charity shop. And then down on this shelf here, again, another one of those plants from ROOV. This is a, what are they called now? Oh my gosh, I've forgot. A carafe. That's a carafe from IKEA, and that is our squash. And we use our squash 50,000 times a day for the boys. That has been a little godsend, that has. It's really, really just so convenient, and I love having it there right next to the sink so I can make the boys drinks. And then there are some oats. Now, I'm not going to lie, they're there because they look prettier over there, and I really just wanted something else on that shelf. Now, I will show you. So I will show you the stickers that I have made. So these are an example of the stickers, like the one on the herbs and spices, but I'm just still a bit unsure, like, whether to put them on or not, because I really do like everything, how everything is so plain and simple, but I do need to put them on like the flour so you know which one's which. So it's still just sitting behind the oats jar, like thinking about life. So yeah, so those are the little shelves. So moving over to this side. Now, again, this still isn't finished. We need to put some beading across here. We're going to have it to match the cupboard. And then I've got my clock up there, which was from Home Bargains, I believe. I think it was only like £10. It was ridiculously cheap. Then this cladding is from Wix's, and we've just painted it with summer linen. Yes, there is a big hole in there. That is my fuse board, so it has to be there. And then over here we have the radiator cover. So again, we made this ourselves, and the top is again part of the work surface. So what we did is we just ordered extra work surface, and so we could use things for little bits in the kitchen. It was actually not that bad price wise, so we just decided to get the bigger lengths, and then we could make things that we wanted, like the shelves. This again is just an offcut, and then quickly over in that corner is a little menu board that I actually bought the other day from Aldi. So, you know, I just love everything about it in here. I'm in this cupboard, but please bear in mind this is still a work in progress. So it is looking so much better than it did, but I'm just still not 100% sold on this. So Matt managed to put these amazing shelves in. I've got a really deep one, which I've got my tins on at the moment, but I just don't know yet, guys. I'm thinking I might use it for something else, but I've put all sweet tins and like sauces at the top, and then tins there. That is all the tins that I have, so it fits nice. I've got this on the back. This was actually from, I think, Home Bargains. It's for to go over the back of cupboards. I used to use it in the kitchen for my towels, but then I picked this up from IKEA, and see, more lemons. And my kitchen roll fits on there really nice, and it shuts with it on there, so I think that will be its new home. And then down here, these are from IKEA. Now these are one of my favourite things in the kitchen. I absolutely love them. Again, they are coming in the IKEA haul. I bought one and then I managed to fit two in there, but there are different sizes. This is the smaller one, and this was £29 for the trolley, and then you buy this separately. I think this was £6. It's technically a chopping board, but I really liked it because I wanted, so this one is going to be for like onions and potatoes and stuff, and I just like the fact that it looks really nice and neat. This cupboard is quite deep, so it does go back quite a way. I've got my cake mixer in there, and we were originally going to use these boxes. I had 3 of these, and we were going to like have like a recycling cupboard, but they're just so big, and I just thought it's just a waste of space. So I've still got one in there, but I still don't know what I'm going to do behind there. But these 2 trolleys fit in here lovely, and I've got one, as I say, this is like all potatoes, and I'm going to be putting onions in there. And then this one at the moment has got like nothing in the top yet. This one has got like small electrical appliances, so it's got a sandwich maker and all the different plates in there, and I've got my egg boiler poachery thing and my electric knife. So I'm still not 100% sure on this cupboard, but I love those drawers and my kitchen roll, and I think it's gonna stay, but just might make a few tweaks to it. But yeah, I'm so happy because this cupboard always used to be like such a waste of space, so at least now it is a little more functional. Last but not least, let's just talk about the breakfast bar itself. So these chairs that are around the breakfast bar are also from IKEA, but we may be changing them out because they do need to be changed for something, because a lot of them are marked, and Matt actually circular sawed one of them when we were doing the kitchen, so they kind of do need to be replaced. Yeah, but Matt does want bar stools without backs. I want them with backs because of the boys, so we're just kind of still not 100% sure. And whilst we're trying to save money, these go in here really nice. We've had them a long time. You might as well get some use out of them. We actually bought them second hand from eBay, and I think I paid £50 for all 4 of them, so it was a proper bargain. On the breakfast bar, I will just quickly show you underneath. So whilst that is the back of the unit, right on the end we actually do have another cupboard. So when we designed this kitchen, I wanted to do one thing, and that was to make sure that every single space, every place in this kitchen was utilised. And so this cupboard was born. You can't get to the corner from the other side. It was just physically impossible to do it because of the space that we had. So I decided that when we did this, we had wall units. So number 1, the boys and Matt had extra leg room. But second of all, we had this one opening from this side. And in this cupboard, it is well and truly jam-packed of things that we very rarely use. So this is the party and baking cupboard. So in here, I've got everything on the bottom that you would need: party poppers, cutlery, paper plates. I also have a shelf of just champagne glasses because, you know, call me Carrie Bradshaw, but I just love the idea of whenever we have a party having like a champagne tray and champagne, so I like to keep those. They are only cheap glasses from Asda, but they are there. And then up here we have like cake cups, cookie cutters, jelly molds, toothpicks, baking beads. I've got my blowtorch for when I cook. Yeah, so everything in there that we use but very, very rarely, and that's just tucked away, so then at least then we only ever use them when we need to. Right at the top here as well, we also decided to have another socket, which I wired in off. I just spurred off the socket over there, and that is so if you're sitting here, we have got an extra plug here for charging and things like that. Let's get straight into the make, the price, where I got it from, what my top tips are on budgeting for a kitchen. But our kitchen is from Wix, or Wix's, however you say it. Actually ordered the Kendall cream. So there, when you're looking at kitchens, there are different types of kitchen. You can either buy a DIY kitchen where it just comes flat pack and you order it and it's off the shelf, or you can have what they call a showroom kitchen, which is where you have to order it in, but it is still technically flat pack. It's just more expensive because it is built a bit better. The backs are solid, the carcasses are just a lot better quality, and you can also personalize it a little bit more, so you can have a different variety of sizes in your units, which is what we really, really needed for our corners. And then thirdly, you can have a bespoke kitchen, which is a lot more money. So the first tip is when you're finding the right kitchen for you, there are different stages of kitchens. Aim to go for the one that is in your budget. We knew that when we went for a kitchen, we had to do it ourselves. So the biggest thing to saving money on a kitchen is, if you can, to try and do as much as you can yourself. Now I know this can be very daunting, but it's genuinely just like flat pack, and you can get people in to do other things like electrics, plumbing. We did get a plumber in the end, but we tried to do all the carpentry and all the fitting and all the electrics ourselves. Again, be careful with electrics if you're not confident on it. But we did find that watching YouTube and just taking our time and researching every single thing we did, that was our biggest saving, because fitting alone is around £3,000, can be up to £3,800 to have it fitted. So really do take your time if you're going to do it yourself, but that is the biggest saving that you can make, I promise you. Second of all, think about where you're going to go for your kitchen. Now we actually went to Wren first, and the reason we didn't go with them was for a couple of reasons. Number one, I wasn't a massive fan of the guy that came out to us. I did find him a bit rude, and I'm massively in on customer service. I feel like if you don't get it from the start, then you are definitely not going to get it when you've bought the kitchen. So that was one of the main reasons we decided not to go with them. But however, it also was because a lot of their cupboards didn't fit our layout of kitchen. The corner cupboards from Wix were perfect for us. We found that everything fit perfectly, and what else I loved was the fact that we found the colour that we really loved as well, and the colour was available in the cheaper kitchen, which was just the showroom kitchen, which was like the second stage. Another tip is to wait for sales. Now if you're not in desperate need of a kitchen, try and hold off for a sale. There is always one coming, and we actually saved 20% off our whole kitchen, meaning that all the carcasses, every single carcass in this kitchen came to £3,000 exactly. I also did shave a little bit off our final total. I shaved another £180 off. It actually came to £3,180, and I managed to get it down to £3,000. So another tip is always barter with your kitchen provider, because there is always a little bit of profit margin in there that they can take off. So it doesn't hurt to answer the question. It's always really good if you go in with a price. Like ours was 3,100. I said I really want to get down to 2,800. He went down to 3, we met in the middle, bish bash bosh, Bob's your uncle, £3 for our kitchen. Next little tip I can give is when you are shopping for your kitchen, ask for an itemised bill and really think about what you can shave off. For example, our handles from Wix would have been £13 each. £13 each. We've got 3 lots of drawers with 4 cup handles on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 knob handles, and so you can imagine the bill was actually in the hundreds for handles. I managed to pick ours up from eBay for our knobs were about £20 for 20, and our cup handles were £10 for 20. So they were so reasonably priced and so much cheaper by shopping online. And the final big thing that I will tell you about saving in your kitchen is your worktop. There is a huge, a phenomenal margin in the worktops, and that is because they are like third parties. People like Wix and Wren and B&Q and people like them, they still get their worktops from somebody else, and therefore they're more expensive. So our worktop quote from Wix's and from Wren was around £3,000 to £4,000. We got our worktops from Worktop Express, which I will link below, and we only paid this amount for all the worktops, so more than half price. And we had them pre-oiled, we had breakfast bar was cut to size, we had 2-man delivery. I cannot fault that company. Everything was as we wanted. It was really easy to use online, and it saved us an absolute bomb. Next of all is the sink. So again, sinks and appliances, really do your best to shop around. People like Wix and B&Q will give you prices, and that is what they sell at. There is zero profit in it for them. What you pay is what they pay. And so our fridge freezer, for example, was £600 with Wix's. We actually managed to get our fridge freezer online for just £379.99, shaving another £200 off our overall cost. And then our sink was actually £500 with Wix, and we managed to get it from taps.co.uk, and we paid £189.99 for a double Belfast sink and for the waste as well. We used our existing tap, so again, saved another about £300 there as well. When we originally had a quote for everything done through Wren Kitchens, they wanted £15,000 to do our kitchen and fit it. We actually managed to get our kitchen done for just over £5,000. We paid £3,000 from Wix's for the basis of our kitchen, so the carcasses, the cabinets, things like that. £1,300 for the worktops, just under £400 for the fridge freezer, just under £200 for the sink. We had to pay £175 in plumber fees, and then with the odds and sods around like paints and handles that we got off online, we spent just over £5,000. But all in all, we saved around £10,000 by shopping around and doing it ourselves. So that is it, guys. That is the new kitchen. I know you have waited so long to see this, and honestly it feels like forever, but I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if there is anything you've got any questions on, please leave them below and I'll answer them. I may even do a kitchen Q&A if anybody has any further questions. I'll leave what I can linked below, and thank you again so much for your support. I know you're probably sick of hearing about kitchens and missed my regular content, but I honestly had to just live and breathe this for a few months, and I really appreciate you standing by me. So thank you so much to each and every one of you, and hopefully usual content will now resume. Thanks guys, take care, bye.
Forever I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking?